Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Lauren and today I am going to be doing a review and how I style my hair using the Revlon blow dry brush. So I'm super excited about this because I have been using the blow dry brush for about a month now. I'm going to go through exactly how I use it, the best tips and tricks for using it, and yeah, how I feel about it, if I like it or not. So let's get started. My number one, I would say, tip or trick that I figured out is that you should kind of let your hair air dry a little bit, or you can go ahead and use a blow dryer before you use the blow dry brush. I think it just makes things easier and it just makes more sense. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So my hair is typically curly, wavy. It's not like spiral curls, but it definitely gets curly. As you can see, I've already let it air dry quite a bit, and yeah, it definitely has some wave to it. And one thing that was really important to me is that my hair tends to dry very frizzy. I get a lot of frizz. Even when I use a blow dryer, I tend to get a lot of frizz, and I always have to go over it with a straightening iron. First, I'm gonna start with the blow dryer. So I'm gonna go get that out, and I'm just gonna blow dry my hair a little bit. Before I go ahead and start with the blow dry brush, I'm just gonna brush my hair out and then I'm going to section it off. So I like to take right around here, just section that off. Now that I have it sectioned off, I just kind of make like a part down the middle and the back and brush this hair out. I always use a wet brush, so this is a wet brush if my hair is wet. So, okay, so now that we've gone ahead and brushed that out, I'm gonna take the blow dry brush and I leave it. I usually do use it on high. Like I said, I did put in a heat protectant, so make sure you do that. But I do leave it on high, and then we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna turn it on. It does take some time to get used to because this brush is big and it's a lot bigger than what brush like I would normally use. One of the main things is that I didn't turn it on yet, but one of the main things is that when you use it, you want to go like this from the bottom and then curl down like that. So that's like the motion that we're going for. So I'm going to turn it on and you'll see what I mean. So I'm gonna do this section at a time, and like I said, you're just gonna keep going on to like the next piece and just brushing from underneath and then curling under. Because this brush is like circular, it will naturally just curl the bottom of your hair, so it gives you that like salon blowout look. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do, and you wanna make sure too that you're keeping it nice and slow. That way it straightens the hair and also gets rid of the frizz. I go over it like quite a lot, so just bear with me. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do this section. One thing also to keep in mind is that you might have to obviously move the brush another way, like this way or that way, just to get the roots and make sure that all parts of the hair dries. So yeah, so that's why I'm also switching it up and not just doing under that way. But remember, after every time you kind of do it, like brush from the top or the side or something like that, you're gonna always want to finish it off from brushing the bottom like that. At this point, you're gonna see me really at the top because I'm really trying to get those roots dry. I don't know if you can tell, but my roots over here are not fully dry. They still feel damp. So I'm just gonna keep going over that. Okay, so this side is done. It's fully dry. Again, like I said, I go over the whole thing like once my hair is fully dry. But if you can see, it really gives it like a nice little flip at the end, and it's super soft and it's not frizzy, which we love. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to this section. Again, we're gonna do the same exact thing. We're gonna brush from underneath. We're gonna make sure that we curl those ends, and we're gonna also make sure we brush at the top. That way we get the roots dry. So let's get started. I notice here there are still some pieces that are like kind of frizzy and not fully dry. So again, I'm gonna just keep going over that. Okay, sorry, I had to change my shirt because I was getting so hot in that sweater from all the heat. So we're back. I finished the bottom section, and then we're gonna go ahead and start the top sections. So what I usually do is I like to just sort of section this off like into 3 sections. I usually do a middle part. So if you're doing like a side part, then I would probably section it off differently. But because I do a middle part, I'm gonna go ahead and start like right here and section this off. The rest of the hair, again, just gonna clip up and save that for later. So just gonna brush this out. Make sure you always brush the hair out before you use this. I know this is a brush, but you don't want your hair to be tangled while the heat is on it. So again, we're gonna do the same motion. We're gonna start underneath, curl the bottoms, like not curl, but like, you know, flip the bottoms like that. And we're gonna also brush the top, and we're gonna go to the side like that, but we're always going to bring it back to the bottom like that. So let's start. So as you can see, it's not like fully straightened or like blown out the way I like. So I'm gonna go ahead and go over it. Again too, like I can feel that the roots over here are still kind of damp. So I'm gonna go ahead and go over it at the top. Now it is fully dry. It feels super soft, and I really like the way that it came out. So we're gonna move on to the next section. Again, like I said, we're gonna brush out all of the knots because we don't want it to be knotty while we're going through it with this brush. Now we're gonna go ahead and start on this section, and we're gonna do the same technique that we've been doing on all of the other sections, which is we're gonna brush underneath, make sure we get all of the roots. I'm all done with that section. Now we're gonna go ahead and do the last section. So here we are going to take down the clip, and what I usually do is I just part it down the middle. Okay, there we go. I've parted it down the middle, and now I'm gonna go ahead and just brush it out with my wet brush. So, one of my biggest pet peeves when my hair is drying, I usually get like, and probably no one else notices it but me, but I usually get like a little like kind of like wave right here. Like I said, no one probably notices but me. However, I have noticed that using the blow dry brush, it is kind of hard to get that to go away or like to smooth it out. It seems to be like really only a straightening iron can do it. But with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and use this, and then we'll see the final results. I've also noticed, like, when it comes to the top of the hair, for some reason I feel like it's the hardest to get the roots dry there. So we really want to make sure that we're brushing at the top. That way the heat gets to the top of the hair, the root, and it dries it. Okay, so I just went ahead and I changed my shirt again just because I think it will be easier for you to see the final result. So here is the final result. As you can see, it's straight. It has like a nice little flip to it at the end. It definitely looks like I went to the salon and I got a really nice blowout. This is literally all that I've used. I have not used a straightening iron. I have not used anything else but the Revlon blow dry brush. So I am loving the results. Now, I definitely have some things to say. So number one, I've noticed that if you kind of rush through it, like if you're not really going through like the motion, your hair definitely can come out frizzy. At least if you have like, I guess if you're prone to like having frizzy hair, it's definitely a possibility. There have been times where I've used it where like I'm in a rush and I'm just like brushing through it and like I don't really get that result that I'm looking for. So it definitely will take a little bit of time to do. You definitely do have to put some time into it and some effort, and you really have to like work on your technique. But again, I am gonna say that it's not hard. Like, it's definitely easy to pick up. Like I said, I love the way it comes out. I think it looks so nice, and like it just flips the hair like really pretty, and it feels so smooth. That's definitely something I love. It feels so smooth. It gives your hair some like body and some life. I was really getting sick of using a straightening iron, but this I love because it gives your hair like a nice little fresh bounce, and it looks like really pretty. So yeah, I love it. I definitely would recommend it. If you guys have any questions, please write them down below in the comments section. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions or anything, please write them in the comment section down below. And yeah, so I'll see you guys next time. Thanks again for watching.